Motivational Monday with me, your girl, Jackie O. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am going to go ahead and get everything pulled up and started here. So give me one moment. All right. So I am logged on. I am shared. So welcome to Motivational Monday. I am your host, Jackie O. And guess what? I'm flying solo tonight. I do not have a guest tonight. I'm the guest. All right. So sorry, got just me tonight. But I'm not going to be very long because it's just me. But I just wanted to share a couple of things with you on tonight that I hope will inspire you and that will also motivate you. So welcome to our viewers. I hope your week has been great. I know we have been celebrating since Saturday because y'all know we got some good news. I'm gonna let y'all think about what the good news just might have been, okay? But anyway, so yep, I just wanted to hop on Motivational Monday with me, Jackie. It's all about motivation and inspiring you to action, inspiring you to do better, and whatever that better is, okay? So whether it's starting a business or whatever your passion is, our goal is to provide information, to have guests on that when you finish watching our show, you will be inspired, you will be motivated, and you will be called to action. So we are, wow, we're already in November. This is the second Monday in November, and we are 6 to 8 weeks from the end of the year. Can y'all believe that? We will be in 2021 in about 6 to 8 weeks. That is unbelievable. It seems like the days just like ran, right? But we are really excited about next year. We have some really great things that we're going to be sharing with you within the next couple of weeks of how we're making some changes to Motivational Monday. So I'm super excited about that and our guests that we're going to have coming on. So I'll share a little bit about that. But tonight I want to talk about pushing through. That is going to be our topic tonight, is pushing through. And again, I am not going to be on here long, very briefly, to share that with you. So pushing through, what does that mean? What does push through mean? Life, as long as we're living this life, life is going to throw some blows to us, right? It's going to throw some challenges. We're going to get knocked off the wagon, but we got to get back up. And we have to push through. And so that's what I want to talk about tonight, to keep going. This year has been plenty of blows for people. 2020 has just been a true roller coaster ride. But even in the madness, even in everything that's happening in our environment, we still have to push through. We still have to keep going. We can't stop, because at the end of every storm, at the end of every disaster, there is always victory. At the end of every storm, there's always the sun is shining. There's always the rainbow, right? And we do know that seasons are just that, seasonal. Spring only lasts for a season. Summer only lasts for a season. You get the picture? So everything is seasonal. So that means that whatever that we're going through at this moment, it might seem crazy and long, but it's only for a season, okay? So I want to talk about that and just talk about us pushing through and keep going. I think about when we started Motivational Monday. When we started Motivational Monday, we had no idea what we were doing. I'm just going to tell you like it TI is. We did not have a production crew. We didn't have anyone editing our videos, doing anything of that nature. We did not. Okay, we did everything on our own. And Motivational Monday actually came into play because of COVID. So when we launched Jackie O in January, we had an event and we launched Jackie O in January. Our goal was every month, starting in March, we were going to have monthly meetings with women. But guess what happened? COVID happened. So we were not able to do that. So then we had to go to Plan B. What was Plan B for us? Well, Plan B was, let's go online. And really, going online was a true blessing, okay? Because we were able to reach people that we probably never would have reached if we only did it in here in the city, locally, where we are in the Austin, Texas, Round Rock area. So we decided, okay, we're going to take this online. And where I'm going with this is that, you have to step out and you have to have faith. You have to, when you have the faith, you got to put the work and the action behind it. So when we did that, we said, okay, every first Monday of the month, we're going to have a talk about a particular topic and have women come on and we'll stream live. So I reached out to a friend of mine that's a board certified psychiatrist. And I said, hey, Dr. Delvina, this is what we're going to do. Are you down for it? And she was like, girl, yeah, I'm down. Let's do it. So we did it. The first Monday of April, we did our Motivational Monday. But in April, I was thinking, we really need to do this more than just one time. Okay. So I said, let me reach out to some people that I know and see if we can schedule them to come every second Monday or someone every third Monday, someone every fourth Monday. And so I secured some people, but they fell through. You would think I would have been like, okay, I'm going to stop, but I didn't. We kept pushing. So then I said, okay, let's do this plan. Let me invite, because I know quite a few women in my network. Let me invite these women. They're professional women. They're experts in their industry and their field. Let me invite them to be guest speakers on our Motivational Mondays. And we did it. In the month of June, we started meeting every Monday. Every Monday. We didn't miss a beat. Labor Day came around and someone said, are you going to do Labor Day too? Absolutely. We are. And so from June 6th of 2020 up until today, we have done a Motivational Monday every single Monday. We have not missed a beat. And let me tell you, there's been some times where I wasn't feeling well. I had some off days because we do get those off days, to where we're just not really feeling it. But I pushed through. And the reason I pushed through was because I know that people watch our Motivational Mondays. We may not have anyone watching the live. We might have 2 or 3 people watching the live. But when I go back and I look at the views and I can see our last one that we did, we have over 800 views on a video. A couple of prior to that, over 500 views. To me, that means a lot. That even though they were not on the live, they still came through and they watched the video. You see what I'm saying? And so we continued to push through. We continued to do it. And then to get emails and to get inboxes and to get phone calls and text messages saying, I watched that live and it really helped me. That in itself is why, and it is our why that we are doing Motivational Monday. So when it seems like, this is really not working, people are really not responding, guess what? They are. They are paying attention when you least expect it. So you have to keep pushing through. And if you stop right at that moment that you stop, that is going to be the moment where your breakthrough and where your blessing is. And you'll miss it. You'll miss it, guys, if you stop. So you have to keep pushing through. I have 2 examples of women that I really admire. And one is Kathy Hughes of Radio One. I don't know if you heard her story, but her story is a true story of perseverance and pushing through. And Kathy Hughes always wanted to have a radio station. And so she bought a radio station, right? But she needed $2 million to get that radio station. She went to bank after bank after bank. She heard 32 no's. Some of us would stop at 1 no. But she heard 32 no's that they were not going to finance her. But she kept pushing. She kept pushing through. Okay, that's the 2 key words that we're talking about tonight is pushing through. She kept pushing through. And finally, someone said yes to her. They said yes to her. She purchased the radio station in the DC, Washington, DC area. And then guess what? The economy crashed. You would think she would just throw her hands up and say, oh my goodness, I cannot do this. But she didn't. She lost her home. She lost, her possessions, but she got a sleeping bag and she slept in her radio station. And she was the one that was there 24/7, sleeping on the floor in a sleeping bag. But she had a dream. And that was her baby. That radio station was her baby. And so she continued to push through no matter what it looked like. Because it wasn't looking very pretty. It just wasn't. But she pushed through. Another one is Vera Wang. Y'all know Vera Wang. She is the iconic fashion designer. Vera Wang actually applied to be in the Olympics in 1968. And then guess what happened? She did not make it. Or was it 68 that she did it? Yes, 68. And she didn't make it. And so what did she do? She had a love for fashion. So she went to work for Vogue magazine. And she started out working, and then within a year's time, she was promoted, and she worked 15 years for this magazine. And then guess what? She was passed over for a position of editor-in-chief. But do you think she stopped? She did not stop going. Now look at her. There's no wedding. I mean, every time you think of a wedding, you think of Vera Wang, right? Iconic. Those are just two examples of women that kept going. They were knocked down, but they kept going. Even here in our home, in our environment, there have been times in our businesses, that my business, Layla's business, that we got knocked down. We got to a stopping point, but we knew that we had to keep going, and we encouraged each other, and we encouraged ourselves to keep going no matter what it looks like, to push through. So my message to you tonight is to push through, is to push through it. The wall may be there, and it may be a brick wall, and it might get hard at times. And let me not say it might, it will. As long as we live this life, we will have challenges, but you just have to keep pushing through. You just have to keep going, because at the end, there is victory. There is victory. So I hope this blessed you on tonight. I told you I wasn't going to be long. I just wanted to share that with you because that was on my heart. And really, I thought of this when we, from Saturday, from when we heard the results of the election, of pushing through, because that is a perfect example of pushing through. This election was the most historic election of all times. More people turned out to vote of all times. We have a vice president-elect, African-American, of Asian descent, woman of color, that is going to be the vice president of the United States of America. Like, how awesome is that? Even as I'm talking to you now, I get chills. But one thing I thought about was that our vote mattered. It does matter. It doesn't matter who you voted for. Just know that your vote is your voice, and it matters. And we saw the possibility in this election of what could be if we just trusted the process, we did our part, and we used our voices, and we pushed through. We fought the good fight. And that is exactly what happened. And now look who we see in the office as a woman. Our vice president is a woman of color. Someone that we can look at, our daughters can look at and say, oh my goodness, this is possible. Anything is possible. But again, you have to push through. If you stop and you don't keep going, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. You could have all the faith in the world, and it's great to have faith because God told us we need to have faith. But if you don't put that work behind it, if you don't put that action behind it, it's not going to work. It's just not. So again, guys, I hope that you enjoyed tonight on pushing through. I hope it just maybe rekindle the fire or lit the fire up under you for you to, whatever that it is, whatever your why is, for you to pick it back up and say, I am going to push through. I am not going to stop. I'm not. I'm not. And you might have to take a break. It's okay, because it's okay not to be okay. Okay, because we're not going to be perfect and robots every single day. It's okay, but don't leave it down. Pick it back up and keep going with it. Next week, we have an amazing guest that's going to be with us. Her name is Karen Howard. She is an author. She loves mothers and daughters. And I am super, super excited to have her be here. I used to work with her, and now she's living in another city, but she is doing a phenomenal work in her community. And so I am super excited to share her with you. That's going to be on next week, on the 16th at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. We will be back here, and Karen Howard will be our guest speaker. So, and then the following week on the 23rd, leading up to Thanksgiving, we have a super phenomenal young lady all the way from the Philippines. Yes, she will be joining us from the Philippines. We're international, y'all. We had someone from Kuwait on our show, someone from Ghana, and now we have a beautiful young lady that's going to be with us from the Philippines. So I am super excited to have these two ladies be with us to close out November with us. And then we have some really, really great news that we'll be sharing with you on next week. And it will be a follow-up from Helena Washington that we had last week. I know you guys enjoyed her. That she was, she knocked it out the park with her presentation on mental health and just how to deal with mental health and people that have mental health issues. So we have some really great things that's going to knock the ball out of the park for the rest of this year. And we just can't wait to share it with you. So again, thank you so much for tuning in. If you do not see that red button at the top, that means I am no longer live and you are watching the replay. But guess what? The replay is just as good, and I want you to watch it and I want you to share it. So I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening as well as the rest of your week, and we'll see you on next week. Bye-bye.